When Canada's Federal Minister of Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship says that Quebec's immigration plan is still incomplete, it likely refers to concerns regarding the province's ongoing efforts to manage its own immigration system in accordance with its unique needs, priorities, and legal framework. Quebec has special powers over immigration under the Canada-Quebec Accord, which allows the province to select its own immigrants based on criteria tailored to its demographic, cultural, and labor market needs. This means Quebec has a degree of autonomy in setting its immigration levels, policies, and selection criteria, different from the rest of Canada. However, this autonomy sometimes leads to disagreements between the provincial and federal governments regarding specific immigration-related matters. Possible points of concern. 1. Provincial Nominee Program, PNP, and quotas. Quebec has its own Quebec Skilled Worker Program, QSWP, and other immigration streams that allow the province to select individuals based on specific needs. The federal government may be concerned if Quebec's immigration targets or policies don't align with national priorities, such as ensuring fair regional distribution or addressing national labor shortages. 2. French language requirements. Quebec places a strong emphasis on French language proficiency for immigrants. While this is an important cultural and linguistic goal for the province, it can sometimes create tension with the federal government, particularly when it comes to accommodating newcomers who do not speak French. 3. Immigration levels and coordination. The federal government sets annual immigration targets for the entire country, but these targets must be coordinated with Quebec's immigration needs. If Quebec's plan is incomplete, it could indicate a lack of alignment or a failure to finalize certain aspects of their immigration policies, including the number of immigrants they intend to accept or changes to how they assess candidates. 4. Economic integration. Quebec's economic needs, particularly in sectors facing labor shortages, may not always match the broader Canadian approach to immigration. The federal government may want to ensure that Quebec's plan addresses critical labor shortages across the country, rather than focusing exclusively on its own regional needs. 5. Federal-provincial negotiations. The federal government and Quebec often engage in negotiations about immigration targets, funding for settlement services, and the balance of power over immigration selection. If Quebec's plan is seen as incomplete, it might suggest that ongoing negotiations have not yet resolved key issues related to immigration processing, quotas, or funding. Impact and significance. For immigrants, a delay or incompleteness in Quebec's immigration plan could create uncertainty for potential immigrants looking to settle in the province. If Quebec does not finalize its criteria or quotas, it could affect the number of individuals selected through programs like the QSWP. For the federal government may need to step in if there is a gap in Quebec's immigration planning, either to help fill positions in the labor market or to provide clarity for prospective immigrants. For Quebec, a complete immigration plan is vital for addressing its economic needs and social integration goals, particularly in the context of an aging population and a labor market that increasingly relies on skilled workers. In summary, the statement likely highlights ongoing discussions or concerns around Quebec's immigration system and its ability to meet its own needs while adhering to federal policies and commitments. Canada's immigration policy is based on a points-based system that aims to attract skilled workers, family members, refugees, and other individuals who can contribute to the country's economy and society. The policy is managed by Immigration, Refugees, and Citizenship Canada, IRCC. Here's an overview of the key elements of Canada's immigration system. 1. Economic immigration. Canada has several programs for skilled workers and professionals to migrate for work or business opportunities. Express Entry System. This is the primary route for skilled workers, which includes 3 main immigration programs. Federal Skilled Worker Program, FSW, for skilled workers with foreign work experience and education. Federal Skilled Trades Program, FSTP, for skilled tradespeople. Canadian Experience Class, CEC, for individuals who have Canadian work experience. Provincial Nominee Programs, PNPs. Provinces and territories can nominate individuals to fill labor shortages based on their specific needs. Startup Visa Program, aimed at entrepreneurs who wish to start a business in Canada and can get support from a designated organization. Self-Employed Persons Program, for individuals with experience in cultural activities, athletics, or other self-employment fields. 2. Family reunification. Canadian immigration policy places a strong emphasis on family reunification. Citizens and permanent residents can sponsor spouses, common law partners, and dependent children, parents and grandparents through the Parent and Grandparent Sponsorship Program, other relatives, though this category is limited. 3. Refugees and humanitarian immigration. Canada is known for its commitment to providing refuge to those fleeing conflict, persecution, or other crises. The main pathways are refugee resettlement. People in need of protection may be resettled through government or private sponsorship programs. Asylum seekers, people who come to Canada and claim asylum, with their cases processed by the Immigration and Refugee Board, IRB. 4. Temporary immigration. Canada also allows people to come for short-term stays under temporary programs, including Temporary Foreign Worker Program, TFWP, for people filling temporary labor shortages. International Mobility Program, IMP, for individuals with work permits under certain international agreements, like NAFTA, or for intracompany transferees. Study permits, for foreign students who wish to study at designated learning institutions in Canada. 5. Canadian citizenship. After becoming a permanent resident, PR, individuals can apply for Canadian citizenship. Requirements typically include being a PR for at least 3 out of the last 5 years, having filed taxes in Canada for at least 3 years during that period, meeting language proficiency requirements, English or French. 6. Points-based system. For certain programs, such as Express Entry, Canada uses a comprehensive ranking system, CRS, to assess and rank candidates based on age, education, work experience, language proficiency, English, French, adaptability, e.g., having a job offer or Canadian family ties. Candidates with the highest CRS scores are invited to apply for permanent residence. 7. Recent changes and goals. Immigration Levels Plan. Canada has set ambitious goals for immigration, aiming to welcome over 400,000 new permanent residents annually in recent years. The focus is on addressing labor shortages, supporting economic growth, and responding to demographic challenges, e.g., aging population. Pathway to permanent residency for temporary workers. In response to the COVID-19 pandemic, Canada has created pathways for temporary workers and international students to apply for permanent residency. Conclusion. Canada's immigration policy is multifaceted, focusing on attracting skilled workers, reuniting families, and providing refuge to those in need. The country's immigration system is designed to be flexible and responsive to labor market needs, demographic trends, and humanitarian concerns.